Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Bartosz Grzinski, and today I'm going to talk about the Water Resources Lab within the Department of Geography. The Water Resources Lab is located within Scheidler Hall in room 243. If you're not familiar with campus, we are adjacent to the intersection of Patterson Avenue and Spring Street, across from Bishop Woods and Cook Field. And that's me, Dr. Grzinski. I love to paddle rivers, but even more so, I love to study water quality and human impacts on rivers. Maybe that's a lie. I think I like to paddle more. Either way. This is the lab I work in with my students. And a lot of the stuff we do, as I mentioned already, is examine water quality. So as you can see here, the lab always has samples that need to be processed and analyzed. Along with this lab space, we also have a room right next to it that has a couple different computers with software that we use and all of our water samples stored in there. But we can't process all those water samples on our own, and so we need a lot of undergraduates to help us throughout all the projects that we do. Here are a couple different students that have worked in my lab. There are plenty of opportunities for undergrad research, so if you're interested in leading a project, come talk to me. I'm always looking for undergraduates to work with. A couple of projects we have looked at so far is geolocating the impacts of beavers within state parks, looking at water quality impacted by beaver dams also, and land use. My graduate students are interested in looking at hydrology, how landscapes are influenced by topography and geology, and how they change with floods. There I have a student surveying a beaver lodge, and again, just trying to figure out where all these beaver dams were located. But we can't do all this work on our own, so we need a lot of undergraduates to help us. And so if you're a student who is interested in getting outside and collecting water samples and getting paid to do it, which I would do it for free, but we can't do that. We got to pay you guys, and we're happy to. So contact me if you are an undergrad who is looking for some opportunities to get involved in research. And so here we have student sampling, and you can see the ice on the right. We do sample year round as long as there's water. There's waders in the stream getting ready to collect it. There's another picture of a group of students that helped us put in a groundwater well. So we needed a lot of undergrad muscle and enthusiasm to pound through some limestone there. So again, you also get a little bit of a workout when you conduct research with us. If you're more into lab work, there's plenty of opportunity to do that also, including filtering water samples and examining them for things like suspended sediment, nutrients, dissolved organic carbon. We look at acidity and conductivity of water, all types of different variables that have implications for biota and also people. We also collaborate with different labs on campus. So here's a picture of a student working in the CAUSE lab, the Center for Aquatic Watershed Sciences, where they have a lot of fancy equipment, which we use also to process our samples. This machine looks at nutrients in particular. Our students travel all over the country and present their research, including recently at conferences such as the American Association of Geographers, the Society of Freshwater Science, the American Geophysical Union. Undergraduates have been hired by really cool employers, including the National Park Service, the U.S. Forest Service, and various municipalities such as the city of Charlotte most recently. So again, if these are the types of places that you want to work, working in the lab can give you some good experience to get some qualifications for that. If you guys have more questions about the lab itself, feel free to contact me at my email address, which is up on this slide here. And again, if you like the outdoors or working in the lab, come contact me. We'll get a position for you to get some experience doing all that. All right, guys, thank you very much and take care. Have a good day.
Hi, my name is Dr. Jessica McCarty. I'm an assistant professor of geography and director of the Geospatial Analysis Center, and I'm here to tell you how you can get involved with some really cool geospatial, data science, and environmental research here in the Department of Geography. The Geospatial Analysis Center is a research center. We actively seek external funding, and we include undergraduate researchers on funded external projects and also assist in grant applications, science outreach, and of course, client interactions. We have 4 faculty associates in addition to myself and a co-director, 1 full-time staff researcher, a professional coder. We have hosted postdoctoral researchers and visiting scholars. We have several master's and PhD students affiliated with the GAC. And more importantly, we have several undergraduate researchers, now counting 10 in the last 2 years, and an ongoing GAC summer research internship program where undergraduate researchers who are majors in geography and sustainable development and urban and regional planning are paid to work full-time over the summer on external research grants. So what is the GAC? Well, we like to serve as the hub of all geospatial research and activities involving education and outreach at Miami University. We do provide consulting services as well as loaning out equipment and facilities for all geospatial research, and are the leading source for all geospatial analytics, ArcGIS, remote sensing software, and open source geospatial software and coding like QGIS, R, and Python. We do a lot of educational science outreach, including working with the on-campus childhood development center called Mini University, where we like to teach primary pre-K students about science using satellite data and easy to understand, engaged, active climate plays, as seen here in our lesson plan coloring book and other geospatial materials that we've made available to any teacher interested in this. And this was designed by a GAC student researcher, Mr. C.J. Mesher. Our students also present at regional and national conferences, including on work evaluating commercial satellite data, as well as NASA satellite products. We are integral to the Institutional Relations Mapping Service. This is student employment opportunities, again, for geography, sustainable development majors, and urban and regional planning majors who work with our Center for Governmental Relations. And these maps are shown to state representatives in Columbus to highlight where Miami alum and current students live as a way to show our impact to the larger state community. These are updated on an annual basis, and we have created this database and maintained it now for more than a decade. We also assist other departments, and this provides research opportunities that can be done safely outdoors in socially distant ways, as well as for our geography undergraduates and urban and regional planning undergraduates to engage in more climate science and sustainability related research, including the the Institute for Environment and Sustainability's Institute for Food Farm, shown here, as well as doing proposed trail design. We do have active grants. Currently, we have 3 NASA grants and 1 USDA grant, in addition to other local government and state agency contracts. Through these projects, we have been able to hire undergraduate researchers listed here who have presented at Miami University's Undergraduate Research Forum held every spring semester, as well as at national conferences. One of our projects, the NASA NOAA FireX AQ, involved participation of Miami undergraduate students actually assisting with a NASA field campaign in the summer of 2019. And of course, some of this work is done at a really international scale. So if you're interested in international development or sustainable development or climate science, this is work that I lead with the UN Environmental Program, working with farmers in Punjab, India, to come up with climate smart solutions to reduce burning, and thus improving air pollution and reducing carbon emissions. We also integrate this research in our student-led projects within our classes. So as a geography and sustainable development major, an urban and regional planning major, as well as a GI science certificate student, you will do real-world client-led research in your geospatial courses. This one maps the food desert for the city of Hamilton. Here, a trail map was created for the Donut Trail. Students also work with nonprofits and non-governmental organizations like Humanitarian OpenStreetMap to work on sustainable development and international development, like showing past flood heights in Dar es Salaam in Tanzania, as well as more locally to show how flooding would impact 911 calls and rescue efforts in Vinton County, Ohio. And of course, we are proud to participate with and to act as collaborators with the Miamia tribe and the Miamia Center here on campus. And here we are looking at how to map reserve land sales over time in order to understand how tribal lands were broken up. We've also worked with the Army Corps of Engineers. This shows where 3D digital elevation models of flooding, so where the flooding would happen if something were to prevent the dam from being released. And even at the 200 level course, so think your freshman, sophomore year, you will be introduced to clients who need your skills as a geography and urban and regional planning major. Here, our students have designed a 3D historical mapping visualization of where civil rights protesters in the 1960s of Cleveland encountered anti-civil rights protesters and were actually bottlenecked within a hillside in Cleveland. Additionally, our students have created open source databases and maps that can be used to illustrate books. In this case, Harambe City by Dr. Nishani Frazier. And the GAC also hosts our coding workshops and mapathons where many of our faculty participate, and we invite outside and external experts to lead these. And our mapathons are led by our geography majors and urban and regional planning majors in the Geography and Planning Society Club based in the Department of Geography. And finally, we like to do media outreach on our research so that people are aware of the Geospatial Analysis Center, the work that our undergraduate students are doing, that our majors are doing, and to show how important this science is to the larger community. We hope that you will consider a major in working with the Geospatial Analysis Center and all of our capabilities. Our faculty include Dr. Mary Henry, John Mengi, Amelie Davis, Jessica McCarty at the Oxford campus, as well as Robin Abbott, who is a staff member of the Oxford campus, Lisa Strzeski, who is at the Hamilton campus, and Dr. Z, who is at the Middletown campus, and all are experts in geospatial analysis. We thank you and have a wonderful day.